We got to help out our friends with harvesting 740 kilograms of olives, harvested for oil. Firstly, nets are laid out, tied partway up the trunk of the tree to catch all of the olives. We mostly harvested by hand. These small rakes are helpful, but it's quite enjoyable to harvest by hand alone too. We learned that it's easier to prune back the trees as you harvest. This way, much of the work can be done on the ground instead of up a ladder.
Next year this tree will have more on it.
Yeah.
Thanks about.
Our friends like to do a heavy prune every 4 years on 50% of their trees. This makes their harvest and their yield far more manageable. If you are harvesting for oil alone, it doesn't matter if the olives have small flaws or have been compromised by bugs, so we didn't have to be too picky when sorting. When to harvest for oil comes down to personal taste. Some believe that harvesting both green and darker olives gives a preferable flavor, where others wait as long as possible to harvest for the most ripe black olives, and therefore higher oil content and everything in between. The olives are gathered up with the net, and the larger sticks and leaves are removed by hand. We also use this electric olive harvesting machine to get the harder to reach olives. The olives are then collected into buckets, and the smaller leaves and fodder can be separated through an olive foliage remover. The olives are stored in water as the harvesting continues. The water from the olives is drained off and replaced occasionally when it has become discolored. Olives are picked up and taken to the press, or Lagar as it is called in Portugal. Most communities or towns will have their own local press. Olives are processed in order of arrival, and you are notified of a day and time slot in which your olives will be processed. Most people show up early to watch. The olives are tagged with the owner's name and location and stacked onto pallets awaiting processing. When your olives are being processed, you can follow them from the initial clean and crush into the extractor, which heats and extracts the oil from the olives and gets strained into holding vats. The waste pulp and pit, called pomace, is then moved outside into hoppers, where it will be picked up and taken off to be used as agricultural fertilizer, pulp animal feed additive, and stone fragments as fuel. As each person's olives are processed through the press into individual vats, the olive oil is piped to your personal tap, where you can decant it off into your own containers to take home.